This film is something every American should see, that it gives you a glimpse into the life of the poorest of poor in India, which is their orphans, the Dalit children, and that it's a must-see, that we have so much and we need to be aware of how others live in the world.
This film is one of those things that can change your life just by virtue of giving you a passion for something that maybe you didn't even know was something to be passionate about.
I don't know that I'd explain it, I'd show it to them. And I got a few friends that it's going to be fun to show to.
Sadness, anger at times. I was choking back tears, as I am right now. It's just hard to believe that this is going on and nobody's, well, not nobody, but the government isn't really doing much to help.
It really opens your eyes to more than my little space here in Orange County or even in the United States. I complain about stupid little things, and I am richer than anything those kids have or even know exists.
It's definitely not something to just see an ordinary movie. It's really, it takes you into pretty much what the movie actually says about looking at into an orphan's point of view. You're not held back by anything. The information's right there in your face, kind of what you need in this society.
Powerful, shocking, saddening, and hopeful. I mean, there are things that are going on in and around India to reach out to children like that and offer them a better way.
At first it seems like it's heartbreaking, but there's also this interesting sense of hope.
It saddened me and overwhelmed me to see the immense poverty and to see the realities that these children deal with.
Having been to India, it felt very real and took me back to my first experience in India and really raw. And then a sense of despair, and then I guess, again, for me, mostly it was hope, just that there really is a solution for these kids.
Made me realize just how well off we really are over here.
I would say it's inspiring. My 10-year-old told me that one. I would say that it gives you hope.
Wow, sadness, compassion, love, and just hope.
Thought-provoking, challenging. I hate to say ultimatum, but it leaves you needing to answer the question, what are you going to do to be involved?
I was moved to tears. There are a lot of emotions that came to me, sometimes anger because I felt this is not right for kids to go through this, and sometimes a lot of sadness of how do people get to this point and how do people let this happen. So there was a lot of emotions going through, and of course there was a laughter at some of the things that they would say that were really funny.
You always have that feeling that there are other people out there in the world, but you never really think about it until you watch films like this. And when you do, it really pulls out your heart and it really wants you to make a change.
This is what you have to see, because we are with the purpose in this world. We need to find our purpose, where we are standing and what we are going to do.
It's a must-see film. It will change your view, add to your knowledge base, and give you something to really think about and find a way, how can you get involved? How can you help with what's going on over there in India with the children?
If all the people in our well-off societies, not just in our country, could see this film and see how and understand it from their heart, they would end up possibly making this world a whole lot better than what it is right now.
So the real, true, honest story of what happens to escape from the pain of the past, but also just the joy of a makeshift family.
To really get behind the scenes and see what they actually go through, and I think the part with all the drugs and that they're doing things that they don't even know that they're putting in their body was pretty heartbreaking, and just the different disabilities they had, and yeah, really sad, but and then at the end, hope hopeful.
You're laughing with them, you're crying with them. There's one kid, he's got a monkey, and nobody talks about the monkey, but he's got this monkey, and it's kind of a lighthearted feeling with him. Then there's a young lady, who's missing fingers because a boyfriend put her hand on a rail because she talked to another boy, and you're weeping with her in that moment, and so it really runs the gamut emotionally, I think.
Something everyone needs to see, most definitely. Get outside of your box of what life should be and see how life is for everyone else in this world, especially the young kids. That's what's heart-wrenching about it.
It wasn't one of those emotionally manipulative films. I think it was very honest and very right on, and I think it's an important, very important film.
This is going to be a life-changing film that will encourage them to step out of their comfort zone and to really try to understand what life is like for these kids, and this is just one small group of millions and millions of orphans in India and around the world.
Captivating, heart-wrenching, motivating, and probably inspiring.
It was a good film. It was done very well.
Yeah.
I feel actually like the kids got a breakthrough in their life because they were able to receive love from these two foreign Americans when they've been snubbed and just forgotten for so many years. So I feel like the children had a prayer answered for whatever length of time or period that was, and the movie brought out that well.
I was fighting tears back most of the time, but also just trying to surrender to the story and understand what it is that these children are going through, and finding the pieces of hope that they are finding, and then looking for the opportunities for a better outcome.
I would just encourage them to sit in the uncomfortableness of it and the hard realities of what children experience, and I would encourage them that this is an opportunity to really understand further how blessed we are in the United States, and to understand further what life is like for millions of orphans around the world.
A great awareness and reminder that we have to do something before we depart from this world.
Each one of us wants to help someone, and we just need that spark. So I say, yeah, this movie gives you a spark, kind of this thing kind of inside of you telling you, go, you should do something about it. Just encouraging, saying even though there's hurt, there's hope, because you can do something. You have a voice, even though they do not.
The filmmakers and the people behind the film did a great job really showing what life is like for these street children and helping us see their daily life through their eyes and understand their story on a personal level instead of just as a statistic.
I loved it. I thought it was brilliant, and I can't wait to see what it does and how it changes lives. So thank you.